flag. Oh, that noise takes me back. Oh, you got a brake light out, Craig. Well, hello and welcome to the HubNut Social, the first one of 2022 here at the Motorist. It's fascinating, wonderful mix of cars. We're going to go down and have a look. This building is all new. This was just a building project when we were here last year. So we're going to quickly have a run around the building itself. It is magnificent. They have skid marks in the carpet. It's just amazing. So this whole building available for meetings. It's got a restaurant. It's got an old Elvis down here. There's Steph being interviewed down here as we speak. So I Drive a Classic. It's by Pop Bang Colour, Ian Cook. Really, really good. So yeah, let's go and see what all the fuss is about. But yeah, really good, really lovely vibe here. People are having an absolutely amazing time. There are so many cars here, and I haven't seen most of them. So yeah, down here, lovely old Renault. Along there, into the main showroom, stroke cafe, stroke restaurant. So much going on. People everywhere. Lovely, lovely shiny cars that you can buy. More over there, including that Auto Union is still here. It's splendid. So let's head out and see what we can find in the show field itself. We better start back over in the far corner, really. We've got the Volkswagen Golf I drove some years ago. That's been massively improved since I did a video on that. Miss HubNut's over here with the merchandise, and Giselle and the HubNuts. I think Diego is hiding just behind here. Will you say hello to us? Hi Diego, how you doing? Says, I'm fed up. I don't like being stuck in here. Well, I'm afraid that's tough. We've got some huge American cars. This one was here last year. Absolutely gorgeous Plymouth Fury wagon with pantograph wiper. Yeah, if we go back to this lineup, we've got a Daewoo Matiz, which I've seen online many times. I've managed to cram a V6 engine into this tiny little Matiz. Next to that, by way of complete contrast, Austin 7, some box saloon next to an Austin Maxi. There's shared heritage there, seems remarkable. A slightly racy 2CV Peugeot 309 GTI. It's got CVC, that might be a ex-Peugeot. It is an automatic, and those two levers you can just see behind the handbrake open the rear windows, in theory, if it still works. But I wonder if that's a Japanese one. There were quite a lot of 309 GTIs with air conditioning that went to Japan. It could be one of those. A nice Ford, custom Ford, lovely bone stock Wolseley. Let's have a look at that lovely badge. But yeah, we need to get on. There is so much to see. I just cannot believe how many cars have turned out, and the variety of the cars on display. Everything from modern daily drivers to Berlingos, Ford Focus, Volvos, Toyotas. Hello! Reliant Regal, headlamp wiper moment. Lovely. BMW 5 Series. I can hear Diego shouting in the background. This Rover ST1 sounded absolutely immense. Mark on Motoring's Renault Megane Coupe, that was here last year. Another headlamp wiper moment. Lovely Volvo S60. This Fiat Panda, sort of magenta red. I've never seen one in such a lovely colour. It's really, really nice. Over here, fittingly, after the Ford Crown Vic, this is a slightly posher Mercury Grand Marquis. So that's the slightly more luxurious. So more of those would have been sold privately, if you like. Whereas the Ford Crown Vic, bit of a workhorse. Lovely E46 convertible there, very nice. Mark III Mondeo. Aston Martin, a very, very grey Skoda, and that Berlingo again, which has got a slightly early jazzy interior. We're going to have a test coming fairly soon, hopefully, on one of these, but actually the Peugeot partner version. Rover 75s, variously. We've got a Japanese selection over Lexus GS300, Honda Prelude Mark III, very nice, little mini, chunky Kangoo off-road spec. So there's the difference. Facelift nearest us and the pre-facelift next to it. Toyota Carina Estate, or Carina 2 I suppose technically, sold as a Corona in some markets. That's an absolute rarity. We'll stay rearwards for the Honda Accord Coupe. Marvellous looking car. That looks absolutely splendid. We've got HRV over there, and we've got Craig Schofield's Leyland Super National. Yeah, it's got a HubNut sticker on it, but I think he discovered the rear window was in upside down, so the HubNut sticker is now up there. But still, I am absolutely honoured to have a HubNut sticker on this magnificent bus. These buses were everywhere. They're now 50 years old since this design came out. I went to school on them. Lots of people sort of travelled on them, so it's just splendid. And I think the owner's giving people a bit of a tour now, so that's magnificent. So anyway, back to cars. We've got another Rover 75 Volvo V40 Simca pickup belonging to Mick Ward. Does so much for the Simca stuff. So yeah, this has had an awful lot of welding work, and it's still going. So yeah, I've known Mick quite a long time through the retro ride scene. We'll continue over this way. More Mons. GTI Up is a car I must do a video on at some point. I've been told I will like it. Got this lovely BMW Alpina E21 BMW. Look at the interior on that, proper shark nose. That's magnificent. We've got Smart Roadster. I think that was the lower spec in that yellow. You get a slightly lower spec one. Suzuki K-Works. This was at Festival of the Unexceptional. And a rather tweaked, oh, Abarth. It's got an Abarth engine in it. Wow. That is very, very funky indeed. Steph's Proton, which we saw at the NEC last November. MGTF. Vauxhall Nova, one of a couple we've got here. Citroen AXs, variously. Great to see a pair of them. Again, we've got pre and post facelift. So a nice bit of comparison. Volkswagen Scirocco, another Up GTI, W123 Mercedes, BMW Z3 in a most remarkable shade of green. It's spectacular. We can see what we've got over here. So we've got the whole site this year, because last year we overran the field and started running out of space. So yeah, we've got more room. Honda NSX here. I know that isn't the only NSX owner here. Subaru Legacy on the end there. Another fantastic colour on that MX-5. Another Rover 75. Another Porsche 911. Gives us a pantograph wiper moment on the back there. That sounds splendid, I like that. Mazda MX-5 Mark 1. A later Chevrolet Matiz, quite closely related to my Daewoo. Look at this Sunbeam Talbot 90s. Absolutely beautiful. Lovely, lovely condition. Lovely interior. These are a splendid car, really pretty. Where the rear window glass overlaps. So very, very pretty car. Triumph Spitfire. Peugeot 205 GTI, the 1.6. And this is the catering van here at the Motorist. Hello folks. A Green Goddess catering wagon, so that's cool. Over here we've got Eddie and Bernie's Datsun Bluebird. The story on this car, I really must do a video on it at some point. I've driven Eddie's Nissan Prairie, his Nissan Cherry Europe. He's got a splendid collection of cars, but this one had a very interesting story. It was sold in Australia, new, and then I think the Scandinavian owners, I think they were, drove it home from Australia. So they had it shipped to India and sort of drove it back overland back in the 1980s, I think it was. And then Eddie bought it, I think it was Finland. So it's a fascinating story. There's a lot, as you can probably tell from the looks, there's a lot of Austin heritage in this design. It's absolutely lovely. And this is Mark's Nissan Sunny, B11 I think it is. This one, Festival of the Unexceptional one year, and rightly so. It's an absolutely lovely car. And yeah, contrast that with a Ferrari of which I know nothing because it's modern. Ford Mustang, Nissan Micra, and then we'll just continue along this lineup. That's quite nice, I like that. K10 Micra. Oh, Triumph Vitesse, just leaving with big 6-cylinder engine. Oh yes, it's 2 litre as well. MG ZS with a V6. This is Chris's Honda Accord. These are a car, especially in my childhood, these were everywhere, these Accords. Lovely cars, really low lines, lovely styling. This is the twin cam version, so very rare. And these cars, because of rust, have just become so rare generally. So it's got four-wheel anti-lock brakes, which is not bad for a car which is probably from 1988. Land Rover Series 1 in absolutely peach perfect condition. Don't want it any better than that. That's lovely. MGZR just rolling in. Very common to see those with the sort of Lexus style rear lights. There's a red one over there, in fact, also a late one. Alfa Romeo Giulia, very, very nice. Purple MX-5, Suzuki Ignis with HubNut sticker. So splendid to see. Rover 400 HHR, becoming very rare now. And Dodge Ram, look at the size of that next to an MX-5. That's splendid. Oh, and look at this, we've got Land Crab over here next to a 2CV. Always good to see. Do love Land Crabs. I think one of those that make a fine family transport. Yeah, Plum and Custard 2CV, another Berlingo, a Panda Mark III in a lovely colour, TVR S, which I'm told has one of the most atrocious triangle dooms ever seen on a car. Morris Minor, Rover 600 in Nightfire Red, V-Plate, that's quite a late one, Volvo V70, headlamp wipers ahoy, W124, Mercedes, Nissan 300ZX, the Z32 with a V6 twin turbo on some of them. Very, very nice. A certain Eurovan, tested that a few years ago now. It's good to see that here again. Hello. Hello. Nice XR3i with a clover leaf alloys, very nice. Discovery 2, that's what I'm trying to say. Mark III Cavalier, so many cars to see. Another Chevrolet, that's effectively the evolution of the Matiz. It became the Spark, and so it's an Igo giving us a pantograph wiper moment. Kia Soul, another Disco 2. We've got the Bangers and Smash Ford Fiesta. He's come to pretty much every meeting we've ever held in that, so that's great work. Vauxhall Cavalier, is that it is an LXI. So the LXI, there was a bit of a thing between Ford and Vauxhall, sporty rentmobiles, so cars that looked like an SRI but weren't actually all that sporty. So this is one of those. It's very late on an F plate. That's 88, 89. So 88 was the last year of these when the Mark III Cavalier came out. But you can spot it isn't an SRI because it hasn't got headlamp wipers. It has got sporty bucket seats. So very, very nice cars. I love these last little line Mark IIs with the smoke rear lights. Absolutely cracking. Fiat Seicento, that'll be Julian's. He had some woes yesterday trying to get here, so we had to return back home, fix the rear brakes, and then drove up today. So well done, Julian. Nice meaty looking Jeep here. Peugeot 306 Cabriolet, very, very nice. Look at that sort of mulberry interior, that's quite splendid. Just have a quick pause for the bug-eye Corolla here. And I did a video on this last year. Well, I didn't do a video, I sort of had a walk around chat with it, and all the sound was utterly ruined. This is a Volkswagen Beetle that someone's crammed the V5 engine in. It's got sports exhaust on it. It sounds absolutely immense. And I lost my recording of that last year. Over in the background, Citroen C15, 55 plates, 2005. That's the last year of production on those. Vanden Plar Allegro, poshness. So we have a peek in the back. We've got the picnic tables, classy. Volvo Torslander, the last of the line 240s, the larger rear window, very slightly. MGB, another 2CV, 123 coupe, very, very pretty. And a Rover Tomcat coupe, also in that Nightfire Red. Here's another car we featured, Mazda 929 Estate, lovely car. And another headlamp wiper moment courtesy of this Volvo 850. This is a Renault Twingo. I think that one belongs to Adam, who did all the work recently on Foxanne. I could be wrong. He painted his purple. It might be that one. I can't remember the reg. Volkswagen ID3 electric car. Rover R8 again in Nightfire Red, very popular colour. Here's our second Nova. It is a four-door saloon. And the fun fact is, the very first manual car I ever drove was my dad's Vauxhall Nova saloon. So it kind of looks like the boot is just sort of hanging off the back of it. Another Reliant Kitten, not the one I drove, that one's a little bit earlier. Vauxhall Viva, and the Honda Insight. It's just amazing variety everywhere. Wide body MGB, a modern BMW with the controversial grille. Mazda 323F, I had one of these and took it around Silverstone. Mine was the 1.5, but this is the ZXi V6 engine crammed in the front of that. And the seats look far more comfortable than my poverty 1.5. So I would love to drive one of those and see how it compares. Fiat 500, Skoda Citigo, which is their version of the Up exclamation mark, Volkswagen Polo, another V5 from the factory in this Volkswagen Golf Mark IV, Nissan Qashqai, MG Midget. Yeah, the list just keeps going on. More Rover 75s, just so many of them here. Panda 100 horsepower, lovely Toyota Celica, turbo four-wheel drive, amazing colour. E30 BMW convertible Mark III Astra in red with 1.4 litre engine. School friend had one of those, an automatic. Because he was disabled, he could drive at 16. We had many terrifying adventures in his car. New Land Rover Defender, Toyota MR2 Mark 1, looking very nice there. This is Katie wrenching wenches Audi 100. We saw her Scirocco on the way here yesterday. We popped in to have a cup of tea with Katie, and this is the first time I've seen her Audi 100. It's an Avant, so it's got the enormous load area at the back. Lovely cars. Talbot Express, the last vehicle to wear the Talbot badge was the Express van up until 1992, and on a K plate that's going to be getting on for that sort of age, so that's great to see. Oh, this Reliant kitten hasn't got the rear wiper, oh dear. So yeah, Viva 1300, there's the Honda Insight hybrid, very pure design of hybrid on those. Have a quick run down this line. Got Skoda Felicia Fun. Now these are amusing because you can take the rear body off, but the rear of the cab actually folds out and has some extra seats in it, or you can slam it forward. It's also got some fantastic 90s equipment in his Felicia Fun, and yeah, they were called Fun because they made them as much fun as possible. A very intriguing project by Skoda there. C1 Citybug, more modern Ford Focus, Mark IV Fiesta, I think these are, or is it a Mark V? It might be a Mark V. They did a facelift on these. They started off with a sort of a shovelly type nose. Snatch, I think, Land Rover ex-military, and more spectacular green courtesy of Seat. Another MX-5, Honda Concerto. The Honda Concertos I think were built at Longbridge along with the equivalent Rover 200 R8. We saw a Nightfire red example. Subtle differences to the front bumper, front lights, fundamentally the same car. But if you bought a Honda Concerto made in Japan, it had entirely different front suspension. These use McPherson struts. The Japanese market ones had double wishbone. So it's just insane, really. This is what a V6 Matiz sounds like. Meaty. Look at them brakes. See her again? That's a proper noise. That sounds marvellous. Also, this Maxi is just stunning. Need to check out the velour. Look at that. Whoa. Luxury. Marvellous. I think this is a Grinnell Scorpion, which is basically a motorbike with some extra front wheels. Audi TT to finish. So as you can see, it's been a remarkable day. Amazing selection of cars. So thank you so much to everyone for turning up. It's been absolutely splendid. I need to go back and say hello to people and sell some merchandise. So I'm going to meander back over there. And yeah, just thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing you in a future video. And who knows where we'll next hold a social. At the moment, we don't know, but we will let you know as soon as we do know. Farewell. Or maybe it should be that way. Oh, look at the lights. Beautiful. There we go, a little bonus footage at the end.